get that back.
Sign it.
Yeah, sign the contract.
Yeah,
because I want to take everything. I ain't leaving nothing. I want to take everything.
Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. You don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck. Him. If everybody including Will, I mean, Will. Fuck.
Tank, question for you.
Proud father.
Gervonta Tank Davis has finally responded. After months of silence, controversy, and a scrapped mega fight, Tank fired back at Terence "Bud" Crawford with one of the coldest, most aggressive callouts in years. When he told Crawford to sign the contract, it didn't just create hype, it reignited a long-brewing rivalry that now feels impossible to avoid. Right now, these two are moving in completely opposite directions. Crawford is at the top, undisputed and undefeated, fresh off a dominant win over Canelo Alvarez at 168, becoming a three-division undisputed champion, and even meeting with Saudi Arabia's Turki Al-Sheikh for more historic fights.
Crawford all day long. Be surprised at how good Crawford was in there with Canelo. I always said to everyone that Crawford is a fantastic fighter. Skill, movement, he has everything that it takes to become the best. And there's no one there to touch him in this game. So when the Canelo fight was announced with Crawford, I said to everyone that Crawford's gonna win. People looked at me like, are you sure? Like, is he big enough? I go, trust me, Crawford is big enough, he's strong enough, and he can beat Canelo. And guess what? He went.
Meanwhile, Tank Davis is coming off one of the toughest years of his career. A controversial draw with Lamont Roach, a cancelled Jake Paul fight due to legal issues, long periods of public silence, and constant criticism about his legacy.
Not the face of boxing because he doesn't fight often. He fights once a year. And he's probably one of the best talents in the world. I love Tank Davis. I love watching him fight. I love when he goes in the ring and just demonstrates power and speed and he doesn't give a sh. I love that. But he has to fight more often. We want to see Tank fight 3-4 times a year. Tank Davis, I dare you to break my record. 5 world title fights in 1 year. Let's go.
You think he's lost?
So why is Tank suddenly calling out the pound-for-pound king? To understand that, we need to go back to where this rivalry started. Tank and Crawford have been circling each other for years, trading shots on social media long before fans ever imagined a fight between them. The latest spark came when Crawford posted a simple line, "I see somebody mad they weren't invited to the Ring magazine gala." He didn't mention Tank's name, but he didn't need to. Tank took the bait immediately.
Now, on the streets, I'll break your fucking neck. And that's on my kids. And you know it, I know it, and the whole world know it. And I'm not talking about no fighting in the ring. If me and you was to fight outside, I will break.
From that moment, everything blew up. Tank fired back, saying, "And I still make more than you." Crawford responded with one of the sharpest counters in boxing trash talk history. The first thing a dumb rich person tells another rich person is that they have more money. He added that he owns more investments, owes no taxes, and there's nothing Tank can buy that he can't. Tank then got emotional, attacking Crawford's legacy, claiming Bud chases paychecks, not greatness, and only fights top opponents out of obligation. Things escalated further when Tank dragged Crawford's wife into a nasty tweet he deleted minutes later, but screenshots never die. Fans, the media, and Crawford all saw it, and Bud didn't let it slide.
Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era.
Everyone wants a piece of him. Saudi Arabia wants to build events around him, and Turki Al-Sheikh treats him like a true generational star.
I'm pretty sure
Shakur and Tank?
That would be dope. That would be dope. But if Tank was not so cocky to be on a Terence Crawford undercard, that would be dope. But I don't see Tank taking a backseat to.
Tank, meanwhile, is fighting to control the narrative. The draw with Roach damaged his reputation, and the controversial knee moment, which should have been ruled a knockdown, had fans questioning his ring IQ. Terence Crawford even went on Club Shay Shay and said Roach deserved the win, calling Tank overconfident and claiming he didn't take Roach seriously. That alone bruised Tank's pride, and the cancelled Jake Paul fight only made things worse.
What's your instant reaction to that?
I don't know what's going to happen with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder. I think it's not a real fight. Jake just too big. Tank ain't gonna be able to get in from that jab. Jake land one good.
Tank needed a comeback moment, but instead he made headlines for a lawsuit and a cancelled Jake Paul fight. While he denies responsibility, claiming Paul cancelled for his own reasons, the damage was done. His name was in the news for drama, not skill or success. When a fighter's image starts slipping, the instinct is to chase the biggest fight, the toughest challenge, and ultimate redemption. And right now, no one is bigger than Terence Crawford. But Tank didn't strike first. Crawford subtly but sharply provoked him, joking about Tank not being invited to the Ring magazine gala, mocking his reactions, and questioning his opponents and achievements. Then came the most painful jab. "Little guy, you definitely not making more than me. Who you been fighting? That's why you're talking about fighting Ryan again." That line hit harder than any punch Roach ever landed because deep down, Tank knows the truth. Crawford is fighting Canelo, making history, headlining global supercards, and at the peak of his career, while Tank isn't.
Than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, then I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time.
Oh, yes.
That makes a difference to people.
Who you think's better out of those two? Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moving weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician.
And that's where the story changes. Imagine being Gervonta, used to being the star, the knockout machine, the pay-per-view draw, headlining Atlanta, headlining Vegas, celebrities courtside, the future of boxing. Then real-life problems hit, the division moves on, the pound-for-pound rankings move on, and the fans move on. That's why Tank snapped. For the first time in his career, he's the one being talked down to.
Right now with Canelo Crawford? Yeah. Is that where we stand with Canelo Crawford? Because you're saying just because both are great, everybody wants to face each other. So is that where we're at right now with Canelo Crawford?
No. Crawford needs the money.
Crawford needs the money?
Yeah, he needs the money. You think he had a chance to win?
But
and another thing, bro, I don't be wanting to, how these guys is, then you get hurt against,
Madrimov?
who?
There you talk about Crawford got took by Madrimov? Is that what you're saying?
No, he got clipped by Gamboa, right?
Yeah,
Right? How the fuck is
Or Kavalaski?
he's looking this strong over the past year. I mean, these years. He ain't been getting clipped or nothing. So now, that's that snack shit. I'm telling you. Y'all laugh, I'm telling you. And that guy that a part of it, he been caught before.
So when Crawford dropped a brutal warning, essentially saying Tank is irrelevant, can't compete at his level, and that his money won't last, Tank did what he does best. He went nuclear. He fired back, signed the contract publicly, and made sure Crawford and the fans saw it, creating instant hype. But the reality most fans don't want to face is this: a Crawford versus Tank fight is nearly impossible right now. The size gap is massive. Crawford fights at 168, while Tank struggles at 135 and is small even for 140. Crawford just beat Canelo, while Tank is still dealing with Roach, Cruz, and potential legal issues.
You did, huh? Again?
Yeah, again.
You know, I mean, hey, look, I actually like Tank Davis. He's a good, he's a good kid. He's a good fighter, a great fighter, actually. He's one of my favorites. Yeah, just get your... That's it, basically. Just shit, you don't hit women, man. Yeah!
Crawford is 37, focused on legacy-defining fights, while Tank is 30, trying to rebuild momentum. They're in completely different lanes.
He would never even think about to come up to 154.
What about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens? Or is it like...
I just really don't like that, dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like,
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your...
I don't like nothing about him. I just feel like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his ways.
The tension between Crawford and Tank is impossible to overlook, with the disrespect reaching a level fans can't ignore. Every time they clash online, the whole internet watches. This isn't just fantasy talk, it's a real rivalry, rare in today's sport. Crawford is focused on cementing his legacy, taking on the top fighters worldwide, while Tank is battling to stay in the spotlight and prove he hasn't lost his edge. Crawford is in his prime as a champion, and Tank is fighting through a redemption phase, making their rivalry intense and deeply personal.
Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can't knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era.
The biggest question is whether Tank truly wants to fight Crawford or if he's just chasing Crawford's spotlight because Bud isn't Ryan Garcia, Leo Santa Cruz, Rolly Romero, or Frank Martin. Crawford is the complete package. Technically perfect with knockout power, able to switch stances, break opponents mentally, neutralize aggression, and dismantle counterpunchers. Tank relies on counters to win, but Crawford's game is designed to take that away, making this matchup a real test of skill versus instinct. Stylistically, this could be Tank's worst nightmare, and Bud knows it, which is why he mocks Tank, speaks with confidence, and laughs at the idea that Tank earns more. Crawford openly believes Tank is beneath him, but Tank sees a bigger picture, a chance to face the pound-for-pound king, silence critics, erase the Roach fight, and reset his story. Even if the fight isn't immediate, this rivalry gives Tank exactly what he needs: attention, pressure, motivation, and leverage. If Tank beats Cruz in 2026, shows explosiveness, and regains momentum, suddenly a Crawford versus Tank fight becomes realistic. The weight difference negotiable, the payday huge, and the demand so high that promoters will have no choice but to make it happen.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that moving up 2 weight classes and, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin. So tell him to come and touch it.
Wow.
Man.
Javante said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147 for him.
Ooh, see, oh man.
You're gonna have a pre-camp.
Then what the people gonna say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
Drama sells, and beef sells, and this rivalry is hotter than anything we've seen in years. The real question isn't who would win or what weight it should be, but whether Gervonta Davis truly wants this fight or if he's playing with fire he can't handle. Drop your thoughts below, because this feud is far from over, and if both keep fueling it, 2026 could deliver one of boxing's wildest matchups. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Boxing Hub, and I'll see you in the next one.